Man is by nature a social animal whose inclination it is to live in the company of others. These are famous views of Aristotle's, and that there's something in us that compels us to live in society with others. Friendship, says Aristotle, comes in different forms and serves different purposes. Some friendships are grounded solely in considerations of pleasure, those that are based on utility. But then Aristotle says there is a third class of friendship, completed or perfected friendship. One would mean a development that completes the intended design or purpose of the thing that is now completely developed. Tilea philia, completed or perfected friendship. Well, in what is this grounded? We'll see the grounding of this form of friendship as virtue itself. In such friendships, there is a sharing by the friends of a set of values and principles, of an essentially and irreducibly moral nature. That is, you want what is good for your friend's sake. This again returns us to the question, well, what is a virtue? First, it is a disposition. It is an inclination or disposition to act in a certain way, to act towards certain ends and away from other ends. Now, the ancient Greek for disposition is hexis, and the plural would be hexes. Now, suppose we take a characteristic, let's take an emotion such as anger. Is anger good or bad? Should one ever be angry? This is an example from Aristotle. Remember, anger is the first word in Homer's Iliad, Mene. The entire epic is about rage and anger and the passion. Now, Aristotle's position on the emotions is what you might expect from this great naturalist and biologist and common sense psychologist. Nature has fitted us out with these emotions. Nature does nothing without a purpose. Obviously, it would be preposterous to claim that some set of emotions characteristic of the entire human race is somehow immoral or pathological. So the question is the wrong question when you ask, is anger good or bad? The right question is, what is it that one should be disposed to be angry toward? That is, what should be your inclination or disposition toward anger? Now, to become angry when one has been treated unjustly is to have what Aristotle would call a good hexis for anger. But to become angry when virtue triumphs over vice is to have a bad hexis for anger. Of course, Aristotle distinguishes between anger and rage. Rage is a perversion of an emotion that is otherwise a natural supplement and complement to human life. Rage, as the extremity to which unchecked anger extends, becomes such a controlling factor that there's no possibility for a rational course of action at all. And this gives us a clue as to what Aristotle takes the virtues to be. The virtues are invariably the midpoint between two extremes. The virtue is the midpoint between an extreme deficiency and an extreme excess. What is it the hero has? The hero has the virtue of courage. That Hellenic element, nothing to excess, metron ariston, the middle course is best. It's always opposing excess. It's always promoting the reasonable, the harmonic. The goal is getting it right. And of course, we are of several natures, passionate, rational, willful. The task of virtue is in getting the blend right and seeing to it that the ordinance of reason is dispository. It controls and regulates everything else, and the passions centrally.